More breaking news on the stimulus deal. Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, telling our colleagues at CNBC just moments ago that we can expect some sort of bipartisan plan within hours. Meanwhile, a new report says U.S. airlines are considering extreme new measures in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic that has left a majority of their flights virtually empty. The Wall Street Journal says airlines are now drafting plans for a potential voluntary shutdown of all passenger flights across the country for a limited period of time. The paper says government agencies are also considering such a move as the nation's air traffic control system is ravaged by the virus. Joining us now, Sara Nelson. She's the president of the Association of Flight Attendants. Sara, what would a complete voluntary shutdown of the airlines mean for their workers?
So what this means already is that we have fewer hours, but flight attendants are continuing to have to go to work. I just got a message last night from someone who said, I can't believe I have to go back in 2 days and walk through the ghost town of the airport to fly around 3 to 15 people. This has been really difficult. Last night, we lost a member of our flight attendant family, and we're grieving for them. So we're thinking about how do we assist our medical professionals best in being able to attack this virus. And I want to be really clear, there still has to be essential service. So as the airlines think about how they pull back passenger service during this time and limit the contact through our air travel, we have to remember that the industry must still provide essential service, delivering medical supplies, taking people who are part of the rescue mission to where they need to be to help, and also keeping the mail going to our communities. Many people count on the prescription drugs that they get through the mail service. And we are not just talking about the coronavirus here. We still have medical issues that we have to address every single day.
Are flight attendants' jobs protected if they say they don't feel comfortable? Last night, someone wrote to me and said, my wife is a flight attendant. She doesn't feel safe going to work, but if she doesn't, she risks losing her job. What protections are in place?
So we are 80% organized. We have contracts at 80% of our airlines. And where we are able to work with our airlines, they have been very good about working with us and making sure that those who do not feel comfortable about going to work do not have to and do not have to fear any repercussions. The problem is that where you don't have a union and you don't have that voice, you don't have those certainties. And so we are hearing some of these stories, which are just really despicable and completely unnecessary and unhelpful at this time.
Democratic lawmakers have proposed giving U.S. airlines and contractors $40 billion in cash grants. That means they don't have to pay it back, but it requires significant new environmental, labor, and other conditions. Would you support that?
So, Stephanie, this is our plan, actually. This is Labor's plan that is on the table right now, and we have pushed for this. What we have said is you cannot bail out the industry and just give cash to the executives where they can continue to give stock buybacks and bonuses and dividends and take more for themselves while laying off workers. We have said that the plan needs to be constructed from the ground up. So the workers need to get the money, and that's what this is. This is a direct paycheck infusion to keep every single person on the job. This is our plan that is on the table and is going to be passed. And so we actually support this very much because this is telling the executives you must take care of the frontline people first, and then you can have loans to take care of the rest of the costs. But this is a workers first package, and we drove this from Labor. So we actually absolutely support that because we need every single person who can take care of themselves right now to be able to do that and remain strong and stay in their jobs, connected to their health care. Okay, it is a travesty that we have to have a job to have health care in this country, but that is the reality today. And so we need them to have health care and then be able to lift off the industry again once we have flattened the curve.
Do you think you're going to get that? You're working closely with Nancy Pelosi. She was just on air saying that we're getting closer to a deal. Do you think we're going to get a workers' first deal?
I know we're going to get a workers' first deal for the airlines, and I hope that they use this as a template for the rest of the country.
Could be a time for smarter, better capitalism. Thank you so much for joining me, Sara. I appreciate it.